What? Oh, we better get started filming. Alright guys, welcome to the second episode of Album of the Month, Mr.Tech Agent's Top Albums of the Month. I know that was a very cheesy intro, but I like to change things up, something different. Obviously, that's what I do. That's what Tech Agent is all about. We just, change things, and it always is something new, right? Always is something new. Anyways, I'm using the ATR-3350 microphone, so let me know how it is. It's a lavalier. I bought it a long time ago, never used it, so I thought I'll start using it because same time last year I bought this, and after that never used it properly for proper use for my series. This kind of makes it convenient for me. I can change locations, and I don't have to connect my proper microphone anywhere. So I can be flexible with my locations. So that is something which I really like. So I'm going to use this microphone. I'm going to try to improve the quality of this microphone because it's not the best, but that's what I'm hoping. Anyways, this is the series. We got some fantastic albums this month. The first has to be one of my favorites. It's the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra with Wynton Marsalis. Now, Wynton is he's a fantastic musician. He's the way he plays his trumpets is absolutely phenomenal. He's one of the best jazz musicians of all time. His Lincoln Center he's the main head of the center. And he has his team of musicians, and they just absolutely kill it in terms of music. This is a fantastic album. I highly recommend checking it out. It's one of the only albums where I can really, where I think all the money I've spent on my high fidelity gear is worth it. This is the first time I felt that with this album. Generally, when you go to hi-fi, you listen to normal albums. You don't feel the fidelity there. But when you listen to live albums and stuff like that, or orchestras in general, then you can appreciate the money you spend and is it worth it or not. So I think it's absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommend it. And that brings us to the next one. That is again kind of similar. It's the solo at Marcevol concert by Renaud. Garcia-Fons. I don't know if I spelled it wrong. I'm sorry about that. Just sorry about that. Now, he's a bassist, right? Two-string bassist. I don't know what they call him, but he's just phenomenal. You put this album on, you listen to your this album with the 650s, and you'll be blown away. But the fidelity you get with mid-fi gear and with this album, it's absolutely spectacular. I cannot stress that enough. You put on cheap pair of earphones and you listen to this album, then also you'll be pretty much the expression should be. It's phenomenal. Great album. I highly recommend checking it out. One of my favorite albums of all time. Garcia-Fons, he's just great. Second is by Ingrid, Michaelson. Ingrid, she's a fantastic artist. I have to say, she makes one of the best songs, and the album's name is Everybody. There are some songs like Incredible Love, Mountain and Sea, and I think yeah, Everybody also is a song. These three songs are pretty good. Highly recommend checking these songs out. One of my favorite songs. Great album. Highly recommend. She has a beautiful voice. Greatly mastered songs, and overall just a fantastic presentation of music in general. It's just a lot of fun to listen to it. I really like it. I just cannot stress that enough. She's a fantastic artist. I highly recommend. She's she's just incredible. That's all I can say. Second is Violet Femmes. Violent Femmes. Now they are a very old band, and the first album, that is, it's also called Violet Femmes. Again, if I spelled it wrong, please forgive me for that, because I don't know. But Violent Femmes is just fantastic band. Their first album was the best album. After that, they just pretty much launched all bad albums, but the first one was always the best. Luckily, I had a CD lying around in the house, and I don't know, my mom had it, and I just ripped it at $24.96. It's unbelievable. It's pretty good. One of the best. It's a lot of fun to listen to it. It's a great album. If you kind of like that kind of the music of that era, it's absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. Great album. Highly recommend it. That's all I can say. The last one is by Danny Elfman. Now, if you don't know Danny Elfman, then you don't know Batman, because if you are a big Batman fan, you should know Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman is responsible for all the music. He has his team of musicians and the orchestra and stuff like that, but Danny Elfman, he's responsible for the animated series. I also believe all the movies were Danny Elfman. The older ones, the flop ones by the George Clooney, the Batman and Robin, and all that shitty movies. The movies sucked, I have to agree. But if you're a big fan of the animated series, also Batman Beyond, I think Danny Elfman was responsible for the music and just incredible scores in general. It's just, if you're a big Batman fan, you should know Danny Elfman. That's all I can say. That kind of concludes the top 5 albums this month. I've got some honorary mentions as well. And the name of Danny Elfman is Batman. Just type in Batman and by Danny Elfman, and you can buy it from I don't know, HD Tracks has it, or lossless. You cannot find $24.96 or $192 in general. It was a hard time finding it, but you can get lossless easily. Then some honorary mentions. First is Briefcase Full of Blues by the Blues Brother. Now, if you know Casey Neistat, in his one episode, My Sunglasses, he mentions 2 people, and those were, they are the Blues Brother. They had a musical movie, I think. I've not watched it, but the album is phenomenal. If you like blues, if you like a little bit of humor in the blues, you're gonna love this album. That's all I can say. It's just a great album to listen to. 40 minutes of pure pleasure. It's all I can say. You just love it. I love it. This is one of my favorite albums. Really good, really good. Second is by Cake. It's Motorcade of Generosity by Cake. Fantastic album. Jolene, then Up So Close. Just, you cannot hate those songs. Those are fantastic songs. Highly recommend it. And the last one is by Dr. Dre. All the Beats fans know Dr. Dre. We have to agree. He's a great rapper. You cannot deny that. Great songs. The album's name is 2001. Obviously, he's just a fantastic rapper. A lot of respect for his music. I think he's just great in general. I really like him. Dr. Dre is fantastic, and that's pretty much all I have to say this time. These are some great albums. I highly recommend checking all of these out because these are pretty good. I really like them, and that's why I'm recommending them. Check them out. If you like them, buy it. First, go to YouTube and just take a look, and if you like them, buy them. It's all you can do. It's just cheap. You can get albums for $5, $4. You just gotta. They deserve it, obviously. So I highly recommend checking all of these albums out. If you are an audiophile, if you're watching me, these are some of the best albums. Again, check it out, then buy it. That's all I can say. This was the second episode of Mr.Tech Agent's Top 5 Albums of the Month. Look out for the third one next month. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.
It's called chemistry. One part you, one part me. Darling, it's called chemistry. One part you, one part me. Darling, it's called chemistry. Darling, it's called chemistry.